Quadrant plots are a really quick and easy way on being able to split out an already existing scatter plot into 4 different groupings for easier analysis. So in today's video, that's what we're going to be taking a look at. Hello, welcome back to Rather Be Visin. My name is Sam, and today we're taking a look at how you can elevate your scatter plots to include quadrants. So if we have a look at the example that I've got here, what we can see is we have got our sales on our columns, our profit on our rows. We've got this split by our customer name. And now we have got all of our customers that have above average sales and profit colored in one color and as a different shape. Those that are below the average for both, the same, and those that are above average for one and below average for the other are colored a different color and also a different shape. So let's take a look at how this is built, and then you can do this with your own data. Okay, so I've just cleared down my view, and now we can start building this out from scratch. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my sales up into my columns, and then I'm going to bring my profit over into my rows. Now, what I want to do is I want to have this split out by each of my customers. So you can see at the moment it's just doing the total sum of sales, total sum of profit, and so I've just got one lonely little mark within my view. So to make this a scatter plot, I'm going to bring in my customer name and I'm going to drop that down on detail. And now we've got all of our customers in there. So it's doing the sum of sales and the sum of profit for each of our individual customers and then sticking them within the view. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to analytics and I'm going to bring in my average line and I'm going to put it on the sum of my sales across the table. And then I'm going to do the same for my profit. So now you can see we've started to get that quadrant. So now how do we color or change the marks that are within our view that are in each of these different boxes? Well, what we're going to do is create a calculated field that will allow us to do that. So first we're going to do create calculated field. Let's just make sure this is in the view, and I'm going to call this my quad grouping. And the first thing we're going to do is start off with an if. So we're going to say if our sales are greater than the average sales and our profit is greater than the average profit within the view, then I want to put them into the above average sales and profit group. So let's type that out. Okay, so here is the start of my calculation. You can see I started off with an if, and then I've said if the sum of sales is greater than or equal to the window average of the sum of sales, and the sum of profit is greater than or equal to the window average of the sum of profit, then I want to pull back the value above average sales and profit. Just to make sure this works, I've finished this off with an end and we can see the calculation is valid. So now what I need to do is repeat that, but for my other 3 groups. So when one is above average and one isn't, when they are both below average, and when the other one is above average and the other one is below average. So all I'm going to do is take a copy of this, I'm going to get rid of my end, and then I'm going to do an else if, and I'm going to paste that, and then I'm going to switch that one round. So now this is below average sales and above average profit. And then again, I'm just going to finish that off with an end. I can see the calculation is valid, and now I can copy and paste this else if statement and change around some of the signs in order to get to my other 2 groups. So I'm just going to do that now. Okay, so I finished typing all of that out. I've now finished that off with the end. I can click apply, and now I've got my new field created down at the bottom. So now if I bring that into the view, I'm going to drop that down onto color. We can see at the moment, everything is coming back as above average sales and profit. If I click on the drop down menu here and then compute using, we can see it's compute using the table across, and we don't want it to do that. We want it to work on the customer name. So if I select customer name, you can now see that I've got those 4 distinct groups. So everyone that is above both of these lines is coming through as orange. everyone that's below both of these lines is coming through as this light blue. Above average on sales and below average on profit is coming through as blue, and then above average on profit but below average on sales is coming through as red. And I can do the same. I can take this color one, hold down Control, drop it onto shape, and then I can have different shapes. And I can easily replace my customer name and still get this same effect just by making sure that I change that table calculation. So if I bring in my product name and I drop that onto detail, you can see that both of these turn red. But if I click on the drop down menu and compute using product name for both, you can see that now my quadrants work for my product name. And the good thing about this is it's dynamic. So if I was to bring in a filter on my order date and I was just having a look at a particular year, let's just have a look at 2021, you can see that everything moves. So my reference lines move in order to accommodate that, as do my groupings. And so that's how you can take a scatter plot and change it into a quadrant plot. Hopefully that was useful for you. If it was, please leave a comment down below, and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.